Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about why I'll never stop trading even when it gets hard. So I was honestly put on to trading by my mom, who aspired to be a day trader. And through her I was able to go to a class called Online Trading Academy, and that's where I started to learn about trading. And I was really inspired by what trading can do for my life and what it can do for other people's life. And I'm just going to go through why I will never stop trading even when it gets hard. So the first thing is that trading doesn't discriminate. The one thing I love about trading is that it doesn't care if you're black or white, Spanish or Asian. It doesn't care if you're a male or female. It doesn't care about your political affiliations, if you're a Democrat, Republican. It doesn't care about your socioeconomic class, whether you're rich or poor. That's one of the things I love about it, because as you'll see, especially in America, a lot of high skilled work, working at big hedge funds and stuff like that, is really dictated by what college you went to. If you went to Harvard or Yale, or whether your parents are already in those fields, it's going to be easier for you because of nepotism and things like that. So you'll often see that people that come from lower socioeconomic class might not have the same opportunities as the ones that already have parents backing them in those fields. And I'm not saying that you need to go to these colleges and, have your parents to amount to these sort of things, but it's easier and it's definitely a lot harder for people that don't already have those affiliations. So that's why I love trading. It's a very low barriers entry skill. You can put $100 into a trading account and start right now, and you don't need anyone to tell you, like, yeah, you can do this. You can just go ahead and do it yourself. Which brings me into the next thing. You can trade from anywhere in the world. All you need is a laptop, potentially a mouse, but really just a laptop, and you can go anywhere in the world and make your bread. So a typical job, it dictates when you go on vacation, when you go on holiday. It dictates when and if you can buy a house, the kind of car you will drive. A job or company has no obligation to be loyal to you. So you could be fired at any moment, at any time. If you get sick, they can fire you. If you get pregnant, they can fire you for whatever reason. And it's a very dog eat dog world out there, and there's no loyalty, especially right now in the American economy, where jobs are extremely hard to find, and you see unemployment going up, grocery prices are up. People that are living paycheck to paycheck are really struggling right now, and they are looking for work and they cannot find it. Having a skill like trading, you can make extra income. You can make a lot of income that will allow you to continue to live comfortably even during times of, economic downturns. And I actually will get into that in one of the other points. And the next one, the third one, is all you need to do is take a chance on yourself. This is actually a really big one for me personally, because what you'll see is, like, if you go the traditional route of getting a job, you need someone to take a chance on you. You need the recruiter to, say, okay, I like this person, and then push you along. Sometimes you'll end up going through 5 rounds of interviews just for someone to give you a yes. And especially right now in America, it's a very employer's market. It's not a job seeker market. So we are at the mercy of these people. And especially right now, a lot of people are extremely qualified, and people aren't being rejected not because they don't have the skills, but there's just so many people equally qualified. And it's just very tough. It's just very tough. And I believe it's just going to get way harder, especially with the, integration of AI and AI taking jobs. And especially when we get robots and they'll start taking manufacturing jobs and perhaps some of the blue collar worker jobs, the hand-on jobs essentially. But, so yeah, the traditional path of getting a job requires someone to take a chance on you. You can be super qualified and ready to dedicate yourself, and in some cases your life, but if someone doesn't give you a chance, you can never start. This is the case for many new graduates right now, including myself. I've actually just graduated 4 months ago, and I had upwards of 20 rejections now. I actually am in the process of interviewing with a prop firm in New York right now, and It's essentially an entry-level position. Not that I need it because I've been studying ICT, but I want to get better. So if they give me the job, I'll probably take it and just see where it leads. If that can help me improve as a trader, then I'm going to take it. But I don't need that. That's the thing. I don't need to take that job because trading, you can do it yourself. We're living in the information age. We have the ability, we have resources like the internet and YouTube and so many people that has come before us that has already done things that have worked. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. All we need to do is take a chance on ourselves, dedicate ourselves for a couple hours a day, months, to learn the skill set, because this is a skill set that will feed you for life. I think there's a saying that goes, teach a person to fish and they will eat the rest of their life, right? Give a person a fish and they'll only eat for one day. We want to be the first part of that, right? We want to be able to learn a skill that will enrich us and, make sure that we and our family are okay for the rest of our life. And it's a skill that doesn't rely on anyone else. That's why I love trading. And I think this is the second to last thing. Actually, no, it's the second to last thing. So, you have the ability to print your own money. Honestly, basically, kind of. You have the ability to print your own money. This is one of the only skills that doesn't require working a 9 to 5 to make money. Trading is so amazing because you have the ability to make tens of thousands of dollars in under a couple minutes. This is actually how it should be. America has such high productivity, but wages have not kept up with productivity. And we should be working less hours and making more money, but that's not the case. You're actually seeing 10-hour work weeks becoming normalized. You're seeing people working more hours for the same pay. It doesn't make any sense. The rate at which things are going, especially in America, that's supposed to be the greatest, as they claim, the greatest country in the world, which I do not believe it is, not right now anyways, is that we should be spending less time to make money. And that is exactly what trading allows you to do. The people that put in the time and effort to learn the skill, because it is very hard. Trading is very hard for multiple reasons. And I can make a video on this of why trading is hard and my personal challenges with learning how to trade. But it is a very hard skill. But if you dedicate your time and really put in the effort and really become obsessed with trading, you will reap the benefits. So again, you don't need to rely on anyone. All you need to do is take a chance on yourself. You'll never be in a position where you need to find a job quickly because you need to pay rent or take care of other expenses, because you will always have the skill to fall back on. You will always have the ability to make money even when you get fired. And then perhaps make more. With trading, you have the ability to make more than you'll ever make in a job in your whole life. Especially nowadays when we have prop firms that you can utilize. It's never been more easier than now to make money in this world. And I'm trying to take full advantage to set myself up so I can live the life that I want, and my family can live the life that they deserve, and my family can be okay, so that I know that when they leave from this world, or when I leave from this world, I'm leaving, generational wealth, or leaving them with a skill that'll will allow them to feed themselves for generations to come. So this is one of the last things, but this is actually probably one of the most important things about why I love trading. And not even in general, not even why I love it, but just in general. Trading is a recession-proof skill. There are not a lot of things like that. Even if you own a business, it's not recession-proof. This is probably one of the only recession-proof skills, right? If not the one. But trading is one of the few skills that can make money in any market condition. Bullish, bearish, or sideways. You can profit from both rising and falling prices, unlike traditional careers that depend on a strong economy. We are seeing that right now. Companies are constantly laying off people. People are being laid off of their jobs. Wages are being lowered because of the unrest and, uncertainty in the economy right now. When other industries slow down or jobs are cut, traders can still capitalize on volatility. In fact, market turmoil often creates more opportunity. Traders, most people will look at it and be like, oh, the market's tanking, this is bad. But experienced traders are like, oh, this is great. This is great for us, especially when it bottoms out and then we go into a huge expansion phase again. We saw that in the 2008 crisis. I believe there's another crisis in the 1990s, I believe. I'm not sure what year, and I believe we had some other ones throughout the 21st century. So, people that are experienced, people that are prepared, they don't care if the market's rising or falling. They make money either way. And it's a skill that can protect you from economic downturns and help you stay financially stable when others are struggling. This is huge. I watch a few traders on YouTube, and there are people killing it right now. I really want to get to where they are, but they are killing it. They're making money. They're making tens of thousands of dollars each day, each week, and they're up hundreds of thousands of dollars on the month. They are not struggling. And that's why I'm studying so hard to get to that place, and I'm getting really close. But I want to get better. I want to get better than them. I want to get better than people on YouTube. I want to be able to, capitalize on my knowledge and just learn as much as I can to be the best possible trader that I can. So this is why I love trading and why I will never stop. In fact, I'm going to dedicate myself to this skill until I can consistently make, 1 to 10% a month. 1% on the lower end, 3% would be the best case scenario, and then more than that is just like the best. That's like really good month. That's my goal. And then just, closing remarks. In short, trading isn't just a side hustle. It's a recession-proof, scalable, and leveraged skill that can secure your financial future and give you independence no matter what's happening in the economy. So, that's everything of why I love trading and why I'll never stop no matter what. And you guys, I definitely think this is a skill worth learning. Whether you make it or not, I think it's a skill worth learning. And that's honestly all I have to say to you guys. That's all I can leave you guys with. All I can say is that this is a very good skill to know, and it's never been more easier than now to make money, especially with AI, especially with prop firms and things that my mom, as a trader, didn't have 10 or 20 years ago when she was learning. So it's time to take advantage of the technology and opportunities that we have today. And with that, that's what I'm gonna leave you guys with. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content from me, because I'm going to be banging out videos one after another. I'm gonna keep this channel going and growing. So peace.